So then give me a logical answer.
I'm not stop for a minute.
Yeah. You said it's not emotional.
I left the Republican Party 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I did not join the Democratic Party. I am an independent right now.
Mm-hmm.
So do not call me a Democrat.
But tell me what policies you supported that today are working of Biden's policies.
So Joe Walsh went on the PBD podcast with Patrick Bet David and crew over there at Valuetainment. He hates Trump with every ounce of his being, and the TDS is extremely strong with Joe Walsh. Yet, in this heated debate with Patrick Bet David suggests, man, you kind of sound like a Democrat. And of course, Joe Walsh is triggered by this because for some reason, he just cannot admit to himself or the public that he is a Trump derangement syndrome having Democrat. I really enjoyed this clip, and if you do too, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel along the way. Now let's have a look at Patrick Bet David debating fake Republican Joe Walsh.
I'm not a Democrat. You can call me a son of a bitch and a dishonest opportunist. I'm not a Democrat.
You said you are glad you voted for Biden, and you said you're happy you did.
Yeah.
So you've had a year and a half to assess that vote,
and
you're still happy about it.
I don't regret that vote.
Okay, so what do you think?
Pat,
what the situation today?
Pat,
the situation we're in today. Why are we in the situation we are today?
No, stop, my friend.
Exactly. Let's get emotional.
Listen.
Why are we in the situation we are today? Tell me.
I asked you a specific question.
Which is what?
Am I a Democrat?
Based on what you're saying that you don't regret your vote, of course you're a Democrat.
That makes me a Democrat, even though I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a registered Democrat.
Because you supported policies of a Democrat.
Pat,
if I vote for a Democrat or a Republican,
Republicans and independents vote for Biden.
If I claim I'm non-emotional,
come on, man. It's a nice podcast, but you got to fucking deal in facts.
If I claim I'm non-emotional, which you're saying you're not, okay.
Pat,
if I claim I'm not, what part of your vote today?
Did independents vote for Biden in 2020?
What part of your vote today?
See, he just doesn't listen.
Because you haven't answered my question yet.
How much longer is this, guys?
You haven't answered.
I'm having a ball.
You haven't answered my question yet.
No, I'm sitting 5 feet from you.
I get that, 3 feet.
Listen,
so
3 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you to your face, I am not a registered Democrat.
What part of the policies you voted for are you happy with today?
I'm not happy with. Let me finish a thought.
I want to hear it. Policy.
As I've said before, I'm not happy with the vast majority of policies Biden has done.
Yeah.
I'm not a Democrat. I don't regret my vote.
Yeah.
Plenty of independents and Republicans voted for Biden too, Pat. They're not Democrats. Maybe they regret their vote, but they're not Democrats.
But that's a difference, though.
No, you called me a Democrat,
no, that's
man.
a different, though. You supported...
You know what? You're un-American.
You supported Democratic
policy. You're un-American.
You
can't say that. Why would you say that?
It's your opinion.
Because he's calling... No, exactly.
It's your opinion.
How stupid, Adam, is it for me to say that?
But if you can...
It's not true.
If you can validate the point...
Pat sits there and says, I'm a Democrat.
But if you validate the point, I'll take it.
I love you, man, and this isn't emotional.
If you validate the point, say it.
But there's no point.
Well, Pat,
then tell me your policies.
There's no point.
What policies you voted for? What policies you voted for?
Pat,
are you happy for the vote?
Pat,
yes.
I'm not going to tell you a damn thing if you continue to call me a Democrat.
Then tell me what policies you don't support.
No.
Then tell me what policies you don't.
I'm not.
Then
I'm a Democrat.
Then because tell me the policies.
Hey, Tyler, how much longer?
Tell me the policies.
Okay.
Joe, you can get up and leave. I'm totally fine with that. We'll open the door for you.
I may, and it's
you do,
Joe. You're going to be fine.
No,
you're going to stay there. You're good.
No. I'm totally okay with that. If you,
this is not emotional.
Yeah,
it really isn't.
So then give me a logical answer.
I'm not stop for a minute.
Yeah, you said it's not emotional.
I left the Republican Party 2.5 years ago.
Yeah,
I did not join the Democratic Party. I am an independent right now.
Mm-hmm.
So do not call me a Democrat.
But tell me what policies you supported that today are working of Biden's policies.
I'd have a hard time picking. I can give you one.
Sure.
I'm glad Biden got us out of Afghanistan. I'll give you two. I like the simple infrastructure bill the bipartisan infrastructure bill that Biden signed into law. Those are two that I approve. The vast majority of things Biden did, I don't support.
So you support the way we left Afghanistan?
Absolutely. I support us getting out of Afghanistan.
Let's clarify that. Do you support us getting out, or you support the way we left?
I'll answer that. I supported us getting out.
Because that started under Trump and the Doha agreements.
Hey, my friend, Yeah, that was a promise of Trump's that I supported. And I'm glad Biden got it done. And I believe that any way we would have gotten out of Afghanistan was going to be ugly and messy, and it was. But I respect Biden for having the balls for.
So this is a weird situation. I'm typically a person that says, hey, look, your actions speak louder than your words. But Joe Walsh's actions are that he's registered independent. Now, to me, that doesn't mean a whole lot because we know a lot of folks will register as the opposite party that they're really in so that they can influence the primary races. So to me, being a registered independent doesn't really matter to me a whole lot. But when you combine his actions with his words, because as you know, as I've stated in the beginning, Joe Walsh completely hates Donald Trump. I mean, to the point where anything Donald Trump does, Joe Walsh opposes pretty much. I do think that he's against men participating in women's sports, so at least he's got that going for him. But regardless, the man is suffering from severe Trump derangement syndrome, and Patrick Bet-David is right. He's like, name some policies, and Joe Walsh would rather rant and talk about leaving the show and everything like that, which would have probably been better than watching Joe Walsh debate his nonsense talking points to Patrick Bet-David. Just should have just walked up and that would have been enough drama for us. But regardless, and a little credit, at least Joe Walsh admitted that he left the Republican Party 2 years ago, but that was all because of Donald Trump. And his approval of the way Biden evacuated Afghanistan, to me, indicates that this dude is not aligned with the Republicans at all. Also, I don't believe there really is a middle anymore. You're one side or the other. And if you're not with Donald Trump, if you're not with the Republicans, there's nothing left for you to be besides a Democrat. Even the libertarians got on board with voting Donald Trump this last election. So when you're left of the libertarians, you're obviously a Democrat. It doesn't matter what you're registered, Joe Walsh. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, share this video. And I want to remind you that you can catch me every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's not on this channel anymore. It's on a new channel solely designed for the live show, which is called the Jar Openers Podcast. And that link will be in the description. Make sure to check out the new channel, go over there and subscribe. And then catch me when I'm live. I have a great co-host. His name is Atlas Thugged. And we talk about today's issues and today's news and how they apply to politics, culture. We have a lot of fun and laughs. There's a Discord that we set up as well. The link to join the Discord is also down in the description. And as always, thank you so much for watching the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.